as it looks as though it's going to be Germany to kick off this big final. And away we go then against Norway. In Murcia, beautiful conditions, as you would imagine. As this is the captain here, Kugel of Bayer Leverkusen. To Ostermeier, her club colleague. And Laura Dick in goal today for this final, in for Mamutovic of Bayern Munich. Well, I can imagine that Germany are going to have to be very, very patient here against the Norwegians. They're really strong. They do have the height advantage pretty much all over the pitch against them. That is something that Katrin Peter was at pains to explain before the match, that her side do lack in size against these giant Norwegians. And they really do like to fight as well, the Scandinavians. So first of all, the Germans have got to win the battle, and then they can start playing their football, perhaps. But there's plenty of pace out there with the likes of Corley, who will be high in confidence after that brilliant goal against the Netherlands the other day. As Germany immediately putting the pressure on. And it looks as though the first corner awarded there the way of the Germans. And it will be Kugel here coming across to deliver this one. An out swinger. Looking to tempt Skoglund in goal. Out here, let's see what the delivery is like. 2 minutes on the clock as it comes in. It is a decent one. But there's the problem for the Germans, perhaps, at these set pieces. It's a giant header away. As there's a long ball down the field here from Dick. Just too long. Decent idea, though, to try and play in behind. It goes all the way through to Skoglund. Neuhoff with the ball inside. Let's have a look at how Norway are going to set up here. They're going to go direct, as that's a long ball down the channel here. Can be shepherded back to the keeper, as Olmarsdottir wasn't able to get on the end of it. So a contrast in styles, really. Germany like to play out from the back. They've got pace and passing ability, as we can see there, just playing the ball around with little triangles. As Fudala there gets the flick on towards Corley. It's another little run from her, in from the left-hand side. Fudala picks up the pieces. And the cross coming in from Kugel there, just blocked by Birkelund. Good positive start from Germany. Just trying to stretch the Norwegians, who will be much more direct in their approach. Well, a slight delay in the restart here with the next corner, as this time it will be Zabel. And it's a short one, as the ball is fired across, and it's a poor clearance this time from the Norwegians. Hooked away in the end by Blakstad, the captain. As it looks as though Germany are going to get plenty of possession here, as Vamsa feeds it back towards Dick. As there we see Martinez just holding the ball up. Only one of two players in the starting 11 that don't feature for Frauen Bundesliga clubs. Corley, the other, who plays for San Diego Wave. Martinez in the English Premier League for West Ham United. As we take over 5 minutes and goalless. This could go on for a while here yet. It's going to be a very tight game, you feel. Norway, though, didn't look comfortable in clearing that last corner. As we see Birkelund here looking to get the throw in. The aerial challenge is won twice by the Norwegians there, but Greve comes away with the ball, the Eintracht Frankfurt midfielder. Now Zabel trying to get the ball forward, and Vamsa back in field towards Greve. As that was Deem picking up the possession at the back. A lovely ball for her from her against the Netherlands to set up Weidauer for that brilliant second goal on Friday. As there's plenty of movement here from Catherine Peters' side early doors. Very fluid as the ball is played towards Martinez there, but it will come all the way through for Skoglund. As there's another enormous ball just played up the field here. It's turned into a decent one for Jorda. And another booming cross comes in. The volley in the end just blocked by the German defence. It was Kuvag who had the opportunity. Really well struck effort as the cross comes in. Just pulling away at the far post area, and it's a great block in the end by Greve. Read the intention of the Norwegian attacker. Well, just a warning sign then that Norway have not come here just to park the bus in this final. They got through the semi-final, but just by grinding down Italy in the end and winning on penalties by 4-2. Thought the approach would be the same today, but that's just a reminder that they do have skills in attack as well. And the chance formed by just 2 passes in the end. As they're knocking it around here, you can see, just caught in the end there by Fudala. The RB Leipzig attacking midfielder in the starting lineup for the final today. And a play building here down the left-hand side for the Germans. They were looking for the return pass there from Corley. It didn't come off, but they've won the ball back again immediately, and Corley could be in here into the penalty area. And it's another block out for the 3rd corner for the Germans already. Eckhoff tracking her all the way. Doing well there, Corley, to hold off her bigger opponent. As Zabel comes across here. 10th minute to deliver this corner, and in swinger this time. They went short before. That doesn't seem to be the plan this time. That's another big header away. Ostermeyer picks up the ball on the far side though, and it will be delivered back in here. It could even be a long-range effort if they play their cards right, but the ball has been picked up by the Norwegians, and immediately they go backwards with the ball. That long pass forward up towards the halfway line, intercepted by Kugel. As we had that one opportunity for the Scandinavians, but that's been it really. One of the few times they've come across the halfway line. As Martinez there just catches Blackstad. Just a little tug there. Nothing more. So 10 minutes gone and goalless here in this final of the under-23 women's friendly finals. Big occasion in Murcia for this age group. A lovely sunshine break as well. As an added bonus, as here come Norway again down the left-hand side. Some defending to do here for Vamsa. As the ball is delivered across, and the first save of the match for Laura Dick was a deflected effort in the end. As Kuvag again causing problems. Well, Johansson it was who just drifted past Vamsa. And it looks as though it came off the table last. As Martinez looking to chase this ball down the left wing. A hurried clearance with her pressure. Well, perhaps sometimes the restart's not as quick as the Germans would like to keep up the momentum. It's taking a while sometimes to retrieve the ball if it goes dead. As the ball is sloppily given away there by Alten. And here come Germany once more. A weaving run forward by Bender. Now the ball in, and a chance at the far post for Martinez. It came, though, at hip height. She couldn't really control it. But more beautiful play here from the Germans. As the ball is driven in low and hard, and the defender just getting there ahead of the goalkeeper. A bit of miscommunication. And almost resulted in a goal for Martinez, who couldn't quite readjust to knock the ball over the line. That has to go down as a big let-off for Norway. As Germany really on top here from the off. Well, perhaps, though, with that delivery from Corley to set up the chance for Martinez, that might be the way to go, to drive the ball in a little lower rather than go for high crosses. The Norwegians do have that height advantage. As the Germans now switching the attack to the right-hand side for Bender. And the ball in behind, but it looks as though that's an offside run from Fudala. Flag went straight up. The keeper Skoglund coming out anyway to claim the ball, as it did look as though it was the correct decision. The RB Leipzig forward just going too early. As the Norwegians, despite their size, when those long balls are coming towards the front players, they are unable to hold it up. The Germans just nicking it away from them. As we can see, Kuvag and Ormarsdottir are just a little bit distant from the midfield at the moment. Although here come the Norwegians. That's a clever ball into the channel for Ormarsdottir. Now the high ball in, and too high in the end for Kuvag. And I think the Germans applauding there. Some fine defending. Just to hurry here, Ormarsdottir with the ball in. Could just allow it to drift out there, Vamsa. Balradic with a longer clearance up the field. And it will come back here. Straight at her with the Norwegians, although that's good defending. Helping out there in defence, Corley. As we've played quarter of an hour here of this final. And it's so far the pattern of play belonging to Germany. Really good pressure from them. But no breakthrough as yet. This could really go the distance, the final. The Norwegians very strong defensively. Germany are going to have to be very clever with their play here and have a variety of attacks as Martinez here tries to hold the ball up. For me, should have been a free kick there. The way of the Germans. Nothing given though by the referee, Miguel Blasco Gil. Oh, Ted, just under a bit of pressure there from Martinez, forcing the error. And perhaps the ball there from Corley just delivered forward a little too early for Martinez. Couldn't race onto it. Macaulay there putting good pressure on Eckhoff. The pressing from the Germans has been exemplary so far as Horda here tries to come forward. As Carlotta Vamsa there showing her class at right back just to step in. Doing really well to nick the ball away from the Norwegian attacker there. As the game perhaps just starting to get stretched now. This will favour the Germans as Martinez could be away here down the left-hand side. Just gets it onto her right foot. Square ball for Corley. And it's a good tackle on her to get the ball away as on the halfway line. We see Ómarsdóttir just brought down there by Ostermeier. Let's have another look at it here. Yeah, just didn't want the number 9 to get the spin on her. And a yellow card as well for Selina Ostermeier, the first of this final. Well, this is where the Norwegians perhaps can cause problems for the Germans from set pieces, even though this is such a deep one. They will bang this one up towards the box and look for the flick-ons. The Germans there have dealt with it very well indeed, and they can come on the counter-attack here. The charge is led by Zebel. Making good ground there, up towards the halfway line. But knocked out for the throw here for Johansen of Norway. Oh, ball clipped over the top. That should drift out of play. Vamsa looking to get on with the game as quickly as possible. The throw here comes for Griever, flicked on. As Martinez just beaten to the ball there with the stretching challenge. Skogland gets the ball here as we're into the 20th minute. Still goalless, and the Norwegians as difficult to break down as we predicted. Despite plenty of possession for the Germans. Kugel just looking to thread that one through towards the run of Martinez. Hammered away from the defence, but the Germans pick up the ball again. Well, Vanessa Fudala here, who gets on the ball, is looking to make runs in between the lines. Just trying to find gaps in that attacking midfield role. And at the moment, the number 9, Martinez, it's a tough role for her. Up front, up against these big Norwegian defenders. As the Norwegian passing has not been that crisp so far, and Corley has another opportunity to go forward. She's just held off there, though, by Birkelund. Germany certainly keeping the ball much better than their opponents. As the Norwegians, they don't really seem interested in building attacks. As Corley's just on her haunches here. The physio's being waved on for a little bit of treatment to the number 10. Well, it looks as though she might have just been caught here in this challenge as she went in with Birkelund. Maybe just a cut lip there. I think she'll be fine to continue. As we're at the midway point in the first half, and it's a good opportunity actually for the girls to get some fluids on board here in Murcia. A little bit warmer than what they're used to at this time of year in Germany. And I think that Katrin Peter will be the happier of the two head coaches so far. Per Inger Jakobsen, just the one chance so far for his team early doors with a volley from Kovag. But the pressure at the moment all coming from the Germans. They are the team who are looking to get the breakthrough here in this final. Well, still here, Gia Corley not ready to go as the match will restart. Well, Norwegians just trying to interrupt the play and not allow any flow for the Germans. As Corley is back on again now, so a full complement for the German team. One yellow card so far in this final for Selina Ostermeier, the Bayer Leverkusen defender. Just pulling down the attacker on the halfway line, not allowing herself to be turned. Just taking one for the team. As there's a heavy aerial challenge. It looks as though Bender really has felt the brunt of that one. Just caught by Blackstad. No malice in the challenge at all. Was a good 50-50. As the German physio's a little busy at the moment. And Katrin Peter looking on a little anxiously here. As Lorraine Bender gets this treatment. Well, she'll be hoping for positive news here. Won't want to make a change in this first half, really. Well, stop-start at the moment in this final. Catherine Peter using the opportunity to get a few points across to her team. It doesn't look as though they are too worried about Bender having to come off. Well, it looks as though she's okay to continue. Just catching one in the face by the looks of it. Uncomfortable, but I'm sure she can battle on. Well, battered and bruised, but I think okay to continue. They will have gone through all the protocols and made sure that she is okay as far as concussion, etc. is concerned. And now just waiting on the sidelines, ready to come on. As Germany get us back underway again with the throw-in. It's a clever ball inside. Successfully defended, though, by the Norwegians, away by Skoglund. As here is Bender, in acres of space to deliver a low ball in, and that's great defending to get it away. It was Fudala who was in there at the near post area. Alten read the low ball very well indeed. As Bender there showing that she is absolutely fine to continue after that head injury. It's a beautiful ball from her. If you give the Bayer Leverkusen forward that kind of time, she will deliver. The Norwegians quite happy to deal with the ball into the box rather than stop it coming in. As there's a high corner here. No surprises that the Norwegians win the ball in the air as a long-range effort comes in straight into the palms, though, of Skoglund. 28 minutes gone. Well, Fudala, she is that kind of player. She likes to pull the trigger from any kind of range if she has a sight of goal. Good technique from that kind of range as well. At least it was on target. A high ball down the line here for the Norwegians. Jorda can't hold it up as that's lovely play from Zebel. And Fudala racing forward. Just held up in the end. Short ball for Greve. And the Germans playing with plenty of confidence, as you can imagine, after that 3-0 win over the Netherlands. And they'll just keep knocking on the door here against the Norwegians. Coming up towards half an hour played. Well, brilliantly brought down there by Fudala. It was a difficult ball to deal with. Found a teammate as well. As Martinez just drops back here looking to create. Fudala ahead of her. She goes for the strike instead. And a foot or two wide of the near post. Did have Skoglund scrambling across. And I don't think it was really going to cause her any trouble. I think Martinez just out of a little bit of frustration there getting the shot away. As here she goes again. Deflected pass for Bender here. He was waiting for Vamsa to appear on the scene. Oh, used her pace to get there. And Forcia Hansen just to put the ball out for a throw. As they're really pinning the Norwegians back here, Germany. We've seen very, very little from the Scandinavians so far in an attacking sense, as Dick there just launching the ball towards the corner. Pushing up a long way out of goal. Well, Birkelund here just delaying the throw in. She's got plenty of teammates available. Taking her time over it. It's knocked out of play by Kristin Kugel. Well, just a little bit of hesitancy there as the ball was loose. But Germany have managed to get back on it here. Martinez, that's a lovely quick turn from her. Just drifting across the field. Ostermeier, the ball forward for Kugel, and a curling delivery in towards Martinez. Well, the Norwegians just happy to get as much distance on their clearances as possible. Not really building any attacks. As we see a lovely piece of skill from Martinez. As Corley brings the ball down beautifully. And just having a little wrestle there with Birkelund. And the referee pointing the way of Norway in the end. Good aggressive work though from Corley. Oh, another attack there is snuffed out by the German defence. Zebel just getting the ball out towards the right-hand side. Martinez just popping the ball around the corner. Bender can't make anything of it. Oh, good play there by Ostermeier. The defender going down, winning the free kick. Fudala, the ball inside. Vamsa, I think she thought about pulling the trigger from long range there. Instead keeping the possession for Germany. This is now Bender. Low ball towards the edge of the box, and then again just volleyed away. Anywhere will do for the Norwegians, although the ball in the end was picked up there by Ormaz Dottir. Sorry, Kurvag it was, but in an offside position, I believe, or was there a little push here? Either way, free kick for the Germans with just over 10 minutes remaining of the first half. It's a first half which has belonged to Germany in this final. But goalless, no breakthrough. Oh, Per Inge Jakobsen has set up his team here to staunchly defend against the Germans, which they've successfully managed so far. Just the one effort from them. A volley which was blocked. As it's been Germany who looked the more likely to take the lead here, with so much of the possession and attacks coming from different angles as well. Well, getting away with that one really, Blackstud, I would say. And she won the free kick. She was going nowhere. In the end, a combination of Siebel and Griever bringing her down. That's a long one up the field by Alten, and it's picked up again by Vamsa. Bender on the run here down the right-hand side. A lovely little ball for Fudala, clipping it in towards Martinez, who couldn't get the header. Wow, that was beautiful play once more from the German forwards, and Martinez just unlucky not to nod that one home. Fantastic ball towards her from Fudala, just to chip it up for her. Martinez. Bender in a more central position here, looking to clip this one over the top. Birkelund, though, could allow that one just to drift out of play, as here we see it again. Fudala running onto this ball. It's a beautiful cross in. And head in hands for Martinez, as the chance was gone. Shakira Martinez has been buzzing around and really causing problems for the Norwegian defence without getting the real rewards at the moment, but she'll keep on going. The West Ham United forward. And she's making a run down the right-hand side here. The ball isn't played to her quite yet. Now it is by Bender. Deflected ball in, and just behind Bender. Taken in the end by the goalkeeper Skoglund. It was just nicked away from it. And one of the telescopic legs of the Norwegian defenders. A strange kind of clearance there from Ostermeier, but she managed to get it away. And now Vamsa here is pulling out wide towards the right-hand side, taking on Johansson. Short ball for Bender. Fudala just couldn't quite make space for the shot there from within the 18-yard box. Here's Bender again, having more and more of an influence on this game as it wears on. Initially just knocked away from her there by Bragstad. But the ball coming back in again. And nervous defending from Johansson. Now the ball curled over towards Martinez again. And that's out of play. A corner then for Germany off O10. As perhaps the Norwegians have the size advantage, but they've been a little bit clumsy with some of their clearances. 5 minutes to go before half-time. Goalless in this final of the under-23 women's friendly finals. It's been all Germany. As Siebel gets the corner in, but it lands on the roof of the net, and the danger gone there for Norway. A little bit of a grimace there from the Bayer Leverkusen midfielder. Fudala receiving the throw-in from her captain. That's Norway getting the next throw. Well, there's no real subtlety to the Norwegian play when it comes to their attacking. Germany have handled everything that Norway have thrown at them so far with ease, although there's a free kick given away there in the aerial challenge by Kugel. Germany will want to avoid giving away too many set pieces in the attacking half for the Norwegians, as Jorda stands over this one. Johansson also over it, as it's a long one pumped up towards the penalty area again. And the header going well wide. No danger at all there for Laura Dick, as Blackstad came up to try and score from the set piece. Kugel just feeding it inside towards Martinez, who was stretching. And then the foul coming in. Eckhoff on the halfway line. Well, 2 minutes to go before half-time. We'll have probably 4 minutes of stoppage time, I would imagine. Couple of breaks in play in this first half. Just one yellow card so far for Ostermeier, the German defender. As Germany have had plenty of efforts, none which have rippled the back of the net, though, as they've been well on top in this final. Certainly no nerves at all being shown by the under-23 women. They knew that the onus would be on them to play their football here against the strong Norwegian defensive side. And that is exactly how it's turned out. And despite their best efforts, no breakthrough as yet. As Corley gets to the byline. Gets it on the left foot. Martinez just looking to flick it there over the keeper Skoglund, who could claim it at its highest point. We're just starting to get some joy now. Martinez was a little bit of a lonely role for her up there, but she's starting to get more support from the likes of Fudala, Bender. As we're into the final minute of the first 45. Would appear as though we're going to go in at the break goalless here. Plenty for Katrin Peter to think about. It's Diebel Passing the ball out here for Bender, just winning the free kick. Martinez there. Back to Bender, and then ball sloppily given away by the Germans for once in midfield as Martinez battles to win it back. And the free kick goes her way as well. It was Bragstad who was just trying to hold her off. In fact, the block there coming in from Umazdottir, who have barely mentioned in the game. Wow, very interesting position here for this free kick for the Germans. Just standing in a gaggle at the moment, discussing the plan. It looks as though it's going to be Lorraine Bender who has taken control of it into stoppage time. Well, is she going to go for the strike here directly or try and feed it into the box? Let's have a look. It's a long way out. Signal goes up, and it is a direct effort, and it's just over the crossbar. It's an excellent attempt there from Bender. You could see it had the goalkeeper Scotland worried as well. Well, why not go for goal at this late stage in the first half? Oh, 2 minutes into stoppage time here and goalless, and the Norwegians really just trying to kill the game. They've successfully managed that in this first half as the half-time whistle goes from Miguel Blasco-Gil. So, goalless we go in then, despite the best intentions of the Germans. Plenty of efforts, as Martinez had a couple towards the end of the half, and Fudala's come into the game more and more often as it's wore on. You can join us in just under 15 minutes or so for the second half to see if Germany can find the breakthrough here in this final. The under-23s. Well, that despite the fact that the Germans have been well on top here. They've been by far the most creative team. The onus has been on them from the off to try and open up this match, as the Norwegians quite happy just to defend and try and force extra time and penalties, as they did in the semi-finals against Italy. No breakthrough as yet for the Germans, despite their best efforts. Let's see how they can do in the second half. Well, it looks as though there's a change here for the Norwegians, as it would appear that Olaug Tveter is coming on. And the change as well for the Germans. I believe that Fudala has been withdrawn here for Weidauer to come on. Well, Fudala was in the starting lineup for Weidauer after the 3-0 semi-final win over the Netherlands. And withdrawn here at half-time. She was coming into the game more and more. Quite surprised that she's the one withdrawn by Katrin Peter. As there we see Jorda was taken off for Tveter. Didn't really get into the game. It was difficult for the Norwegian forwards in that first half, as their defenders were just blasting the ball clear at every opportunity rather than playing with any finesse. And there we see Vanessa Fudala off for Sophie Weidauer. That's a little touch there from Corley down the line. Martinez getting on with the throw as quickly as possible. They've worked out now how to get the ball in quicker from restarts. A number of balls have been placed around the pitch now, rather than in the first half where the Girls had to retrieve the ball themselves. It's making for a much quicker start to this second half. Here is Martinez. Just a quick turn. And the shot from the edge of the box deflected. Will come here for Zeeble and Corley. Well, the pattern of play here at the start of the second half, very much as it was in the first, as Bender here just weaves away across the edge of the box. And the Norwegians happy to get rid of the ball. Although that's been given away by the German defence. It was Kvag who got on the ball. Here they are again, Norway, but once more it's clumsy. Although that's a better ball down the line here. And the ball across, and that's good work from Lara Dick there. It came as Birkeland broke forward for the first time in this game. As perhaps we'll see a little more attacking from the Norwegians. You can see it's a clever ball from the captain Blackstud there towards Birkeland, who was on the run going exactly where the captain was signalling. But Dick was equal to the ball across the Hoffenheim keeper. A long pass up the field there, but a low one is picked up by Norway. And Birkeland again here coming forward. That's good defending from Vamsa. Or perhaps if the Norwegians carry on like this, with a bit more attacking, it could mean that Germany will have some space to break into on the counter-attack. Something they never really had in the first half, as that's a decent-looking ball there towards Martinez. And Skoglund really alert to come out and gather. But already we've seen more attacking intent in this opening 4 minutes from Norway to what we saw in the entirety of the first half. Here they come again. As the pass is down the channel there towards Kvag. And she's managed to win the corner there, the first of the second half. It was Carlotta Vamsa who got back to concede it. Good defending. Well, this is where the Norwegians will really cause problems for the Germans. You can see there the towering presence of Bragstad. Far taller than everyone else down on the pitch. And it comes towards the near post area. And Germany have dealt with that one really well. And volleyed clear as well here. Up towards Martinez. Nice bit of control. As Bender picks her out again here on the left wing. And she's got runners ahead of her. It's a deflected pass here. And that just helped out the goalkeeper Skoglund there. As Kugel was getting forward. But a much more open start to the second half here with 5 minutes on the clock in the second 45. It would appear as though the Norwegians have decided that just playing for penalties is not the way to go against the efficient Germans. They've got to make something of it themselves, as we see Kugel there just looking for the run of Weidauer in the centre. Just came off the defender out in. And the Norwegians also squeezing up the pitch a little higher as well in this second half, rather than dropping deep as in the first. Oh, both players there appealing for the throw. In the end, it's a free kick for the Germans. Griever. That's a lovely switch in play. At least that was the idea. The ball doesn't reach Vamsa, though. Well, the Norwegians using their physicality a little more often now in this second period. However, it's still the Germans who are dominant. This is Griever. And that ball lifted forward. It's a clever one. Now here's Bender. Good run off the ball and the back heel as well. And in the end, it was Birkeland. I'm not sure how much she really knew about that piece of defending, but she managed to block the attempted cross in from Kurgel. Now the next switch in play towards Corley. A little run into the penalty area, looking for more magic from her as the shot's deflected. And the layoff from Martinez. Well, it resulted in the shot coming in from Stable, but it was blocked in the end by the Norwegians, but that was more fine play as Corley was leading the charge. Incidentally, just one yellow card so far in the game for Selina Ostermeier. That's a high ball in. At the second attempt here, it looks as though Kurvag has managed to get the ball. Almost Dottir. And then they're looking for the slide rule pass there, but that will be easy for Dick to deal with. Well, here we see a replay of that fine little weaving run once more from Corley, taking on 3 players. In fact, 4. Seeing her shot blocked. And the same goes for Zebel as well. It's not quite getting the rub of the green in the penalty area at the moment, Germany. As we come up towards 10 minutes played in the second half. And the throw from Norway there coming to nothing. Well intercepted. Here's Corley on the halfway line now. Cheeky little ball through there for Zabel. As Martinez, it's a really dangerous ball in. And goodness me, Bender really should have been finishing that one off. It's a beautiful ball played into us, almost perfect. And perhaps it just skipped up at the key moment in this final. Let's have a look. Martinez looks up and bends in a beauty. And it just gets under her foot there as she tried to knock it home. Surely if she had made any contact with it, it would have been the opening goal. But again, we see there that Germany can get some joy with lower balls into the box from the wings. As Martinez will surely try again here. It's deflected on its way through. And again, that helps out Skoglund. The Norwegian defenders, they've done that really well. Just not really let the Germans get a clean shot or cross away that often in the final third. As they've made it scrappy. Norwegians here, just showing that they can pass the ball around with it on the deck. However, it's been given away there by Birkelund. A bit of a heavy touch. And she just drags back Bender there. And she looked to retreat. I think Bender may have even been happy just to continue playing there as she managed to turn away from the defender. As the ball is out of play for a goal kick now for Norway. Martinez, they're just held off by Auten, who's defended very well indeed in this final so far. Well, it's still the Germans who are applying the pressure, but the Norwegians have finally joined the party in this final, giving it a go. Oh yeah, Hansen quite happy to feed it back to Skoglund. There's Griever, short little ball in midfield and gets it back again. Zeerbol. Vamsa looks up and sees Martinez ahead of her. She rounds the keeper. And the shot in the end into the side netting. It looks as though the offside flag had been raised anyway against the number 9. But another lightning break forward from Martinez. Vamsa picking her out with the perfectly weighted ball. Doing well to go around the keeper, but couldn't find the finish from the tight angle. I think offside anyway. Well, real glimmers of hope here for the Germans that they can take the lead in this final, although the Norwegians threatening here through Kjærvag on the left-hand side as it's zipped across the 6-yard area. No one in there in a white shirt, though, for the Scandinavians. No work to do either for Laura Dick in goal. The Hoffenheim number 1. As Ostermeier gets us back underway. Coming up towards the hour. And I'd have to say, a more entertaining second period so far for the neutral, as Norway have started just to open up a little. But in general, it is still Germany who are absolutely dominant and deserve to be in the lead in this final. As Bender comes in there, she had a big chance to open the scoring. The ball just evading her foot, though, as she closed in on Martinez's fine ball into the box. Well, a stoppage here. It looks as though Larissa Mulhouse has joined the fray here, as well as Twana Mahmoud. Well, the second and third changes there then for Catherine Peter. As here comes the confirmation. It's Bender and Griever who have been replaced, as Dick there just getting lucky as she managed to get two hands on that low ball in, and it fell to one of her defenders. That could have gone dreadfully wrong. Or perhaps Bender feeling that head injury that she picked up in the first half. And she's been withdrawn. Played very well, though. One of the most dangerous players down there. And stable. And in the end, the shot coming in from Vamsa. A little bit optimistic there, really, from that kind of distance and that kind of angle. Or perhaps Germany will adopt a shoot-on-sight policy as time goes on. Birkelund getting the turn there for once on Kugel. And winning the free kick out far wide right. Another mismatch in size there between those two. Again, the Norwegians will try and use their height advantage from this free kick situation. As they've made a change, Johansson then coming off for Sorbo. As it's yet another high ball forward for the Norwegians, but the free kick being awarded the way of Germany. Oh, 25 minutes remaining. Of course, we can go to extra time in this final, as Norway did in their semi against Italy. It's not quite as clear-cut as Germany had against the Netherlands in their semi, as the ball is fed in there towards Kuag. And she's appealing for the corner, and she gets it as well. Birkelund looking to find her near-post run here. In the end, it was Deem who managed to get it clear. Well, this is Tveten to take the corner here. It's driven towards the near side of the penalty area and cleared here by the Germans. Just went over everyone's head. Decent idea. A little bit too much height on it from Tveten. As Ostermeyer got the ball clear, and the infringement seen from the Norwegians. Free kick the way of Germany. Martinez managing to get it out there. Tuana Mahmoud it was, trying to get down the left-hand side. Well, calm here at the back, coming up towards the midway point in the second half of this final of the Under-23 Women's Friendly Finals. Well, there you can see the shirt grab from Birkelund. No doubt about it. The Germans starting to see a little more of the ball again as Wamser comes forward from right back. The turn from Corliss just knocked out of play for the throw into Germany. And the ball won back by the Germans once more. As Vanessa Dean plays the ball across here. And now a longer one back towards this near side. Dean coming forward. And the ball knocked down the middle of the park this time, but too far ahead of Martinez. Skoglund under no real pressure here. A little bit of a poor touch there, and that's got Germany racing forwards here. Chance for them. And Skoglund just recovering her footing there to race in ahead of Mahmoud. Well, the Werder Bremen forward there trying to use her pace to get in. A brave goalkeeping. You can see there the Norwegian keeper just checking her studs after just slipping. And there's a free kick in the centre there for Norway, with Olmarsdottir going down. Tvetten. Just over 20 minutes to go. Are we going to see a goal in this final, or are we going to extra time? Not sure that either side would really fancy it. As Corley gets the turn away. The clearance out there by Osteraz. As Corley wanted the throw in again against the same opponent, but it's been signalled the way of Norway, who perhaps looking to go forward even more in this last 20 minutes or so. As we're about to see Tomke Schneider come on here. It's a quick refreshments break while that substitution's being made. Schneider of Union Berlin about to enter the fray for the final 20 minutes. On for the captain Kogel. Well, Norway have certainly given Germany a little more to think about in this second half, but it is still the Germans who are on top, are more likely to take the lead in this final. I think that Katja and Peter will be happy with the performance, but frustrated that the team haven't taken some of the chances that they have managed to engineer. We saw a couple of big ones. Bender perhaps with the best of them, the ball just going under her foot when it looked as though she was going to tap home from the centre of the 6-yard area. A wicked ball in towards her from Martinez. Well, there are fresh legs out there for both sides. And one of the teams here grabs the nettle, coming towards the final phase of the match. And the ball hooked forward there in midfield. As it looks as though Norway are just looking to try and inject a little more urgency into their play. As Corley goes forward against them. Fair challenge comes in. They're on Mahmoud, says the referee. Birkelund just held up as she looked to run forward down the right. A little bit of space there for Mulhouse to find the ball towards the left. And bending the ball in again here. Martinez, though, just caught on her heels somewhat, rather than making the run towards that far post area. Well, Germany perhaps unfortunate not to be ahead in this game. Great deal of effort being put in by both teams here to nullify their opponents. As is just a slack little pass there from the Norwegians. They've managed to get away with it, and they've sprayed it towards this near side now. And it's given away immediately to Vanessa Deem. Now Schneider, first foray forward from the substitute, and playing the ball there behind her teammate Sophie Ziebel. "15 minutes to go. Well, a goal from either side in the remaining 15 minutes would surely put one hand on the trophy. As the ball is knocked long from Norway. Straight to Laura Dick, who bowls it out here for Vamsa. The Germans have looked relatively comfortable throughout this game against the Norwegians. They just haven't managed to find the finishing touch to some of their nice play. It's Vamsa again for Corley. Twisting and turning. And then the ball there, when she was looking for Ziebel, she didn't find her. Now here comes Deem forward. And the ball given away, and she's got to get back into position here. As the ball is hooked forward, Dick has come a long way out here, and she had to make that hers. And she did, just in the nick of time. There was a foot race there with the Norwegian number 9, Olmarsdottir. Just a little heart-in-mouth moment there for German fans. As Birkelund wins another throw in here. As the next ball comes in. And far away there from Olmarsdottir, who was waiting in the centre. The ball from Blackstad, her captain. Well, the pressing again working really well there for the Germans. As Ostermeier plays the ball out from the back. Still the only yellow card in the game has been shown her way. As that's a lovely little turn in midfield from Mulhouse. Martinez not a lot to work with at the moment. As Vamsa comes forward and wins the free kick. It's taken quickly by Corley, but not from the correct position, says the referee Miguel Blasco-Gil. Finally, we get back underway from the correct place. And Germany going forward once more. Corley. Schneider. Well, low pass in. And picked up there by Bragstad. Still the Norwegian attack, not quite as fluid and fluent as the Germans. 11 minutes to go. The Norwegians went the distance against the Italians in the semi-final. Perhaps that will start to have a factor with their stamina coming towards the end of this final. The Germans relatively fresh after their 3-0 win over the Netherlands. Having said that, the Norwegians really are big physical players, and they've got a chance here, maybe to snatch a late goal. The ball across, though, just inaccurate. It was Kovac who was looking to play in, or Mazdotir. Well, she looks up and just playing the ball too far ahead of her strike partner. And it looks as though that might be the final action for Kovac. She's going across to the touchline. Not in a real hurry either. Well, it's Gumar who will be coming on for the final 10 minutes, plus potentially extra time in this final. Well, there the confirmation, Kristin Gumar on. And Kovac off. Well, the ball just knocked away there from the Norwegian attackers, and Germany flooding forward again. Martinez just unable to knock the ball there past Bragstad. Vamsa. Again, it's a case of the Norwegians just getting something on the ball every time Germany come forward. These little nicks away. Now the throw from the Norwegians. It's a long one down the field. And it's been well dealt with by the German defence. Have just given it away, though. Schneider doing well. And then the interception there from Ostermeier. Mulhouse again trying to drive through midfield. Carrying the ball forward. As it looks as though there's going to be another substitution made here. Oh, Katarina Pilic it is who's coming on. Fresh legs in that midfield area for Sophie Zebel. As the throw-in comes in, the layoff. Back out towards the left-hand side for the Germans. Deflected ball in. They just cannot find any space on the edge of the box. As a long-range effort comes in here, straight into the midriff there of the goalkeeper, Skoglund. I think it was Vanessa Diem who decided just to have a crack. On target, decent effort. Well, the Germans will just keep on going here right until the end of the 90 minutes. They won't want to go to extra time. As Vamsa here picks up the ball. A couple of slips there from the Norwegians. Martinez gets to the byline. And the ball headed away at the near post. Well, as limited as the Norwegians have been in attack, they have been rock solid at the back. Not giving away too many opportunities for the Germans. Might be one here as Vamsa drives the ball in. And no space at all given for her there to have a second effort at getting the ball in. But here comes Diem down the right-hand side. All out attack at the moment from the Germans. Just over 5 minutes to go. As the high ball is hooked in and Skoglund gets there. Well, time ticking down here in this under-23 women's friendly finals final. 5 minutes remaining. Plus stoppage time. There won't be too much of that, I don't think. We haven't really had that many breaks in play. Here comes Corley. It's a lovely ball out towards the left-hand side. And the first-time delivery in the end behind everyone. Little disappointing there. Could have taken a touch. I think it was Mahmoud who was too anxious to get the ball in. That's Corley there, almost forcing an error. As now it's the Norwegians' turn to attack. Diem with the volleyed clearance. That's a lovely turn inside from Bragstad. And that's got a team now flooding forward. Plenty of white shirts in the box here. In the end, though, the flag being raised the way of Germany. Good work from Mahmoud, and then pulled back by Birkelund. Well, the Norwegians set their stall out from the off here that they wanted the match to stay goalless as long as possible. And we're getting towards the end of the 90 minutes. They've almost reached their target. In the second half, they have done more attacking. Certainly not as dominant, though, as the Germans have been, who deserve to be in the lead coming towards the end of the 90 minutes. Dean there, a little bit of head tennis with Carlotta Vamsa, who gets the ball again. That's a lovely looking ball for Martinez down the left-hand side. The ball rolls across here. And what a stop that is. It looked for all the world as though that was going to be the first goal of the game. Larissa Mulhouse it was who was closing in. It's a superb pass here towards Martinez from Schneider. And a brilliant stop there from Skoglund at the near post. Having got there, Larissa Mulhouse on the stretch thought that she was going to finish it and give her team glory in the final. But Skoglund had other ideas. Here's the resulting corner from Tuana Mahmoud. The Werder Bremen player takes the outswinger. It evades all the German players. It's knocked back in on the volley by Pilic. And again claimed by Sunniva Skoglund. Well, absolutely crucial intervention there from the Norway number 1. What a brilliant stop. And again, wonderful play from the Germans to open up the Norwegians. A fantastic ball from Martinez. Slid across goal. One of those agonising ones between the defence and goalkeeper. Well, we're into the final minute. That could have been the late winner. Are we going to see an even later one? Well, there will be a corner here right on 90 minutes played. Plenty of defending here for Norway to do coming towards the end of the game, as here's that fantastic chance for Germany again. Mulhouse arriving right on cue. Just couldn't quite squeeze it past the keeper. It's Mahmoud again with the take. Half headed away, and the volley from the edge of the box is pounced upon by Skoglund, and she's going to hold this for as long as possible in time added on. Pilic again it was who had the effort, just lurking at the edge of the box. Decent contact. Not really stretching Skoglund though. As I don't think there can be any doubt that the Germans should be really lifting the trophy at the end of this 90 minutes, but it's goalless. And it looks as though we're going to extra time. Oh, Deem just knocking the ball there from a sitting position to Martinez. Mahmoud continues a run down the right-hand side, and it's another corner. Just one there off Sorbo. And it will be Tuana Mahmoud again to feed this in. What's she got up her sleeve this time? '93rd minutes, driven in low this time. Hacked away by the Norwegians. Anywhere will do, as Vamsa couldn't get the touch there. Just putting it out of play for a throw. As there's a late switch here for the Norwegians in normal time. As Christensen is coming on for Birkelund, who was up and down that right-hand side in this second half. Well, Mahmoud, the short ball here. Now it's clipped over the top. And the Germans there complaining that there was some holding. I think it was Schneider who was trying to break into the box. Well, no late chance there for the Norwegians, as in the 94th minute, it is the full-time whistle in this final. And we will be going to extra time here in Murcia. Well, neither side able to find the breakthrough in that second half. As Germany perhaps just as dominant as in the first period, but at least Norway did have their little flurries and opportunities. They did come forward a little more often. But in the main, it was Germany who were looking to win in the 90 minutes. Norway have managed to get to extra time. That was obviously one of their targets from the off. Well, we'll see whether we can find a winner then in extra time of this final in the under-23 women's friendly finals. Plenty of chances for Germany, none converted though. And a massive, massive stop in the finale as Sunniva Skoglund managed to smother the shot coming in from Larissa Mulhouse. Would have been surely a late winner in the 89th minute. As Germany certainly have been the team on top here. Will there be a change in tactics, though, for Per Inger Jakobsen's team, I wonder? Might decide to go for broke in extra time without the lottery of the penalty shootout. Well, a short break here before we'll get going in with more action. In fact, it looks as though it's been decided rather than extra time, we'll be going straight to the penalty shootout, which is probably a relief for the players. I think that's probably a relief for the staff as well. Well, especially for Norway after they came through extra time in their semi. It is now down to the lottery of the penalty shootout. 0-0 after full time. And it will be Norway to go first here in this shootout. Well, can Lara Dick here make herself a heroine here in this final? As the first penalty is placed into the corner for Norway. Well, this is obviously what they were hoping for, was to get to the shootout. And Dottir, pretty anonymous really in the 90 minutes, but she's managed to score the first penalty. Here's Martinez, who was much more lively during the game. Unlucky on a couple of occasions not to score. And she's up against Skoglund, who was the busier of the two keepers. Wow, it's rifled into the corner. Skoglund guessing the right way. But it's 1-1. Well, you have a feeling this could be an epic penalty shootout. Nothing to separate the two teams. As now it's Olaug Tveiten coming forward on as substitute, the number 10. Up against Lara Dick. And placed into this near corner once again. 3 very similar penalties so far. As Tveiten delighted with that take, sending Lara Dick the wrong way. Well, next up it will be Larissa Mulhouse, who had that great opportunity to score at the end of the 90 minutes to win the trophy. Denied by Skoglund. Can she beat her this time? From 12 yards. Well, a little staggered run up there before she places the ball into the bottom right-hand corner. All 4 penalties have gone that way. Just away from the outstretched arm there of Skoglund. So the chance that went begging for her, not playing on her mind. As now it's Julie Blagstad. The next with this penalty goes the other way and sends Lara Dick the wrong side. The captain doing just the job for the Norwegians. They lead by 3-2 in the penalty shootout. Perfect takes so far. Well, next up it will be Sophie Weidauer of Werder Bremen, who was replaced in the starting lineup by Vanessa Fudala, but came on in the second half. And it's a lovely take. No chance at all there for Skoglund. 3-3. Well, the pressure ramping up here with every take and with every perfect penalty. As next up, it's Emily Bragstad, the giant figure at the back, the Hammarby defender. Can Lara Dick deny her? Wow, I think she got a hand to it there, Dick. Just helping it into the top corner, though. Tremendous power from the number 4, and that's 4-3 to Norway. Just sounded as though there was a touch on it from the glove of the German keeper. As next up, it's a late sub, Tomke Schneider, Union Berlin, who steps up to the plate. And no chance at all for the keeper there. Low and hard. Perhaps not right into the corner, but certainly enough to beat Skoglund there. Juan Gumer now with the 5th penalty, potentially a decisive one here. As it's into this near corner again. Well, you can see that Laura Dick disappointed that she didn't go the right way. But that is the lottery of the penalties. Of course, the attackers have the advantage. As now we see the Eintracht Frankfurt fullback Carlotta Wamser. Well, she must score to keep Germany in this final. And it's a superb take as well. Beating Skoglund all ends up as the penalty shootout ends with 10 perfect penalties. And now we're into sudden death. Well, it looks as though it's Österaz who is next here. Well, it's a fantastic stop there from Laura Dick. An advantage, Germany. The first penalty not to go in, and it's the first one in sudden death. And Germany can take home the trophy here, should they score. Oh, commiserations there to the Norwegians. As now Katarina Pilic comes up. She had a couple of volleys from the edge of the box after coming on late on in the 90 minutes. Can she win the trophy for Germany? It's a brilliant take given the circumstances. And Germany win the penalty shootout by 6 goals to 5. Sudden death. 6 perfect penalties. As Pilic, her penalty does enough. And look at the celebrations here as Germany win the under-23 women's friendly finals. Right into the corner. No chance at all for Skoglund. As Norway's tactic of getting to the penalty shootout, as they did in the semi-final against Italy, has backfired. Germany really calm as Laura Dick made the penalty save, just denying Österaz. And well, the Norwegians look disappointed, but they perhaps should have put more into the 90 minutes if they wanted to really win the trophy. Germany thoroughly deserving their win, even on the sudden death penalty shootout. Well, congratulations to Germany for that trophy win. They put far more into the final than Norway, who basically parked the bus. And it was up to Germany to try and break them down. They just couldn't in the 90 minutes. We went straight to the penalty shootout instead of going to extra time. And justice was done, in my opinion, as Katarina Pilic scored the winning penalty. Immense pressure on her shoulders as she made it look easy. As Kristin Kogel, the captain for the Germans, comes across to lift the trophy here. Well, finally she makes her way to celebrate with her teammates here. Here comes the trophy lift, and there it is. Germany confirmed as the winners here in Murcia of the Under-23 Women's Friendly Finals. A deserving win there for Germany against a Norwegian side who defended stoutly but didn't really get their attacking going. Germany, on the other hand, opened up Norway on a number of occasions and won finally on the sudden death penalty shootout.